class. This is an exciting class for all of us out here because this is the future of our sport. This is the second year that we have had the 170 kids class out here at King of the Hammers. I'm Pam Hall, alongside me, Ian Johnson. Are you excited to watch these kids get out here and battle it out?
Yeah, I'm super excited. You know, the short course stuff is always fun. It's good to see these guys out here. Basically, as we were talking about, we have 3 different classes out here, but these are all of our youth classes, little Polaris Razor 170s.
Yes,
but
it is.
we got 3 different classes. They've been out on the track. I guess it would be like warming up, practicing, kind of qualifying. What's going on out there, Pam?
So what it is they went out, their practice laps were actually their qualifying laps. So they didn't go out and qualify 2x2 or, you know, individual laps. So they're lining them up on their fastest laps. That's how they're doing it out here. I'm getting my lap count. I think we're going to be doing about 6 laps out here tonight, but it's a very large short course for them. Some of them are used to racing on something a little bit smaller. We have some of our well-seasoned Ultra 4 racers out here, and yeah, they're just super pumped. You can see right here, you know, total race face on. I love seeing the kids ready to go.
Yeah, he's ready to take off. What we're going to be doing tonight, coming to you live from the lake bed here. We did take a little bit of a break from the action, but we're back now. So for those of you just joining us, welcome. We are coming to you live from Johnson Valley, California. This is all part of the Progressive 2024 King of the Hammers.
Yes, and we do have 29 170s that are getting ready to start here in just a moment. That is Ella Ford that we were looking at. Her dad also races as well, so awesome to see her out here. She has been racing quite a bit with us as well.
All right, so we're watching our course workers getting everybody lined up out there as more and more of our 170s are getting lined up. This is our youth race tonight.
All right, and let's talk about, we are going to be starting 2x2. They are over there right now, getting them lined back up in the order of their fastest lap time. But we have 29 racers that are getting ready to take the green flag here in just a moment. And we have on that number 1 spot will be Brixton Wirt in the number 114, lap time of a 1:13.963. Now, if you have noticed, these kids have not had any time on this track, so what they just did out there on their practice has been the only practice that they have had, because we have had all of our larger classes out qualifying and out taking their practice loops and all of their pre-running. So this course has not been opened up for our 170 class here out to King of the Hammers. We do have 3 different classes out here. We have a stock class that is racing, we have a stock limited class, and then we have a modified class as well. So 3 classes, 29 drivers, all kids, and I love it, the 170s.
Yeah, it's going to be a great night here in Johnson Valley. We can see we're still getting all of our racers set up here on our short course. We'll be breaking the action shortly here. All right, so we're just getting everyone out there. You can see them getting their kids prepped and getting everybody lined up. As Pam said, 3 different classes about to take the course, all 170 cc's.
Yes, and in that number 2 spot that we'll be taking here in a minute will be Brianna Gorky, also with a 1:17.233. But here we have the 3:39 on the screen. I love seeing their race faces, but that was Claire Dixon out here racing with the cousin Bentley Dixon. So it's fun to see the families out here racing together. There are going to be quite a bit of Atterberries out here as well. They're hoping that they're going to all be 1, 2, and 3 up on the podium. They're wanting to take that sweep. But cousins Claire Dixon and Bentley Dixon, both in that stock class. And you can see our drone footage getting them all lined up right over by our Nitto Arch.
Now, Pam, you said this is a little bit of a longer course than what these guys the kids are used to racing on. So, how long of a track are they normally out there on the course like this? How long of a distance?
Well, normally out at our Ultra 4 races where they have been racing at, it just depends on how much area that we could cover for the kids. So, this being, you know, the infield that has been, you know, built by the NorCal Rock Racing crew. I'm not sure, I didn't take a lap myself to know exactly how long the infield was, but time-wise, with it being a 1:13 lap, they have jumps and they have a little bit of, you know, the turns and everything. But normally, I'm pretty sure it's a little bit shorter, but this is also smoother than what they're normally used to when we're out at our regional races.
Yeah, but it's good to see him out here under the lights here, part of the big show in Johnson Valley.
Yes, and we do have our Can-Am pace car patiently waiting for them to get all lined up. All right, and on screen is the 224 of Bentley Dixon. So saying that cousin Claire Dixon is out there as well. So Bentley out of Santa Cruz, California with Dixon Racing with the Polaris King Crane service. Rugged radios, mom and dad, grandma and grandpa. Races at the NorCal series. And there is Mason Cotter of the 212. All right, 339 of Claire Dixon waving at the camera. Super excited, getting ready to race. Also out of Santa Cruz, California. She rides dirt bikes and likes to hip-hop dance. So awesome.
So if she wins, we're going to see a little bit of hip-hop dance, are we?
Yeah. And there we do have Mr. Brian Fulcher. He goes by the name of Peanut. I actually, it's weird calling him Brian because his dad is Brian. So Peanut Fulcher out of Fayetteville, North Carolina with Team Momentum Racing. He is in a Car 1 chassis. It's a Performance East, High Lifter, Pocket Change Fab, CT Raceworks, Carolina Customs, and lots of other sponsors as well. His first race was at Rush, Kentucky, Montana, Disney, or he got first at Rush, Kentucky, Montana, Disney, Havasu 2023. Have our national championship and our West Series championship for 2023.
Certainly some good pedigree out there. It's really exciting to see these kids. I think they're super, super pumped to be part of the big show here.
Oh, yes.
It was great to be able to peel off and have this night race for them here in Johnson Valley.
Yes, and we had Peter Abb on there right before that. And then we just had Mason Dowker. Now we have the 28. I can never pronounce this last name correctly, but Leon Yanelich.
It's Yankovic. Yankovic.
Totally butchered that. Yankovic. Oh, goodness. So Leon out there in that number 28. And there we do have the 138 on screen, the 138 of Brianna Gorky. Now she is in that number 2 spot for the second fastest time. And Brianna out of Las Vegas, Nevada, South Point Racing with Collins Motorsports in that Polaris 170. Lots of sponsors behind her as well. Walker Evans, BFG, New Wave. She is a third-generation racer, and the first King of the Hammers was last year on our first King of the Hammers kids.
And that's Brixton Wirt right there sitting up front. I think he's going to be sort of our first vehicle off the line, or unless I'm mistaken.
Yes, he is our number 1 qualifier by about 5 seconds out of 113.963. We brought in extra light towers here for our kids to be racing at night. Lee Perfect down there doing our race director for our kids. And that is Xander Walraven. Xander Walraven is also out of North Carolina, out of Oak Ridge, North Carolina. He is a factory Polaris. He won first place at Rush in his class and in Pennsylvania in 2023. And he was also the 2023 national championship. He is in the limited class. His dad also races as well, Matthew Walraven. So it's a family affair, as the majority of all these kids. If you're out here racing, this is something I've always said. If the parents are out here racing and the kids have 170s, go ahead and get them race cars and put them race.
But might as well let them race.
And it's so awesome that Dave Cole, they created this kids class for this. And last year being the first time, here we are again. And that is Dom Allegri right there with the race face on, getting ready to go here shortly.
Yeah, we've got all these kids lined up. This is going to be a great night of racing here on the short course right here, part of King of the Hammers. You can see the drone footage there. The course is all lit up, racing under the lights here as part of the big show. Here is part of the 2024 Progressive King of the Hammers, presented by Nitto and powered by Optima batteries.
Here's what I want to point out to you right now. I know that you just noticed it, but if you look at that drone footage over here where we're at by the Nitto Arch, look at the crowd out here and over at the Monster area, viewing area as well. It's awesome to see you guys all out here with all of us watching these kids, the future of the sport, because I know these kids love having this crowd.
I believe they're super excited to be part of this race, which is really cool to have them out here participating as part of the race week. Lots of racing still to go on. We've had, almost a week of racing already, and we got more to go for the rest of the week.
Yeah, I mean, all day long we had the qualifying for our EMC races, and now we're on to our kids. Tomorrow we'll be having our Nitto Race of Kings 4400 class qualifying. And then we'll be starting off on Thursday morning. It'll be the race will be on for our 4900 classes. All right, getting our lineup here. We have 3 different classes like we were saying. We have our stock class, our stock limited class, and our modified class. All right, Ian, when you were a kid, would you have been out here racing one of these?
I grew up in Canada, so I was in a snowmobile.
Oh, well, there you go.
And fighting on skates,
Something
also known as hockey.
Oh, goodness gracious. That's Hunter Biddle right there, all patiently. Hi, Hunter. He's been racing our series with us all year long in the 2023 season. And look at those eyes. He's just ready to go. He's patiently waiting.
He's already calling the win right there. So he's going to be number 1. No questions asked. Number 1.
He can obviously hear us, so good luck out there. Hunter Biddle in the number 107 out of Colorado. He's in a single seat 170 with side-by-side performance, elite power sports. His first race was at 918 at MAO in 2022. He won first place at Sturgis in 2022 and third at Legends in 2022 as well. So he's got a lot of good seat time under his belt. And you can see we do have course workers all over the race course. We want to make sure if one of these kids were to tumble over that we are right there. And there we have the 66 of Addie Atterbury out of Arizona. Her sponsors are Polaris, her mom and dad, 2-time Motorsports Lone Star Racing, PRP, Dirty Life, Falcon, Rugged Radios, Rome Adventure. Her first Ultra 4 race was at King of the Hammers in 2023. We also have Riley Atterbury out there as well. You can hear him out there.
Mason
exactly, that's Mason Atterbury, also out of Arizona. Polaris Off-Road Vixens, Go Fast Girls, Strictly Wild, 2 times Motorsports, Rugged Radios, Lone Star, and Evolution Power Sports. Mason's first Ultra 4 race was at Havasu of 2023. All right, that is TT Fulcher right there. Look at that race face going on. Brother Peanut going. Look how little he is. The camera's going through the steering wheel.
Long as they can make it, as long as they can see over the dash, Pam, that's all that matters.
Exactly. And let's talk about the Fulchers. Those kids, they race in the mud. In the Southern Bounty Series, they do those like mud quads in the kids' classes. And I actually witnessed it firsthand on New Year's Eve weekend. I went and worked that race, and it was really cool to see these kids in a completely different, because this is what I know them from, is, Ultra 4 racing. And to see them out there doing their mud things was pretty cool to see. All righty, I love it. Seeing those faces. Good old smiles.
He heard you, Pam. He broke out the pearly whites for you right there. All right, these guys are super excited, ready to go racing, super excited to see themselves up on the big Jumbotron.
So number 28. 28 is Leon. Got him earlier on.
I like how you just avoided that last
Yep,
name,
I
Pam.
did.
I got it for you, Yankovic.
Yankovic.
I
I
got
don't
it.
want to mess it up.
I got it for you. You just say Leon. I'll drop in
Leon.
the Yankovic for you.
Teamwork.
There we go. That's what I'm here for.
And Leon qualified in that number 12 position out there. We will be starting 2 by 2. If they did not change it on me, what they're supposed to be doing is they are going to be doing a 2 by 2 rolling start. So that is what is really exciting about this short course racing. The rolling starts are always so much fun. And that is Evan Kelly in the number 760. First King of the Hammers race right now, 2024.
Oh.
So welcome.
There we go. Welcome to the club.
Got that beautiful American flag. It's a ginormous, as I say, American flag in the middle of our infield. Cannot miss it. It's my favorite part about this whole entire area. Nora Prendergast right there. She has her face going as well. She's been racing with us also over in the 2023 season.
And as Pam said, we're going to get all these cars lined up for a rolling start. I believe you said they got a Can-Am pace car out there.
Yes, we do.
It's kind of fun to see the difference in size between that 4-seater Can-Am and these little 170s.
Yep. And that is Bentley Dixon, Brent Dixon's son. Also races at the NorCal Rock Racing Series. All smiles. I hope they're all smiles by the end of this race as well. And back to Nora Prendergast. She is also daughter of Tom, who races in our 4,400 Race of Kings class. And there we are with the 339 of Claire Dixon giving us some more smiles. She's the one that likes to hip-hop dance, so we'll see if she's up on that podium.
If she comes up in hip-hop dance, Pam, I think we got to have a little dance-off between you and her.
I can't dance. That's something I do not do is dance. 575, that is Peter Abb right there. His second place in 2022 rookie season at the NorCal Rock Racing Series. His sponsors are Polaris, Rugged, Abb Motorsports, and Team Awesome out of Santa Maria, California.
There you can see in that big shot, all of our cars are lined up just outside the Nitto Arch.
And you can see all of our safety crew in our lineup guys and gals were making their way over by where the pace car is because they are going to more than likely start rolling them out here in just a minute. And that is Hunter Valadez on screen. We can hardly see. It is dark outside, obviously, so we can't always get the lighting right on them, but Hunter Valadez.
Yeah, they're about to go out race under the lights here in Johnson Valley. Part of the 2024 Progressive King of the Hammers, presented by Nitto, powered by Optima Batteries. This is our Youth 170 Kids race tonight. 3 different classes about to take off. And we're going to see some door-to-door action here in the short course, Pam.
Yes, we are. This is Rayleigh Lucas out of Peoria, Arizona. The first race was at KOH 2024. All right, Polaris, Mom and Dad's bank account is a sponsor.
That's the best bank account.
Yes,
That's the best
it is.
sponsor.
I love it. All
That's
right.
the deepest sponsor you can get.
Robert E. Porter Construction, so that's pretty awesome. J. Lucas Motorsports. And Rayleigh is in that 170 limited class.
That Mom and Dad bank account sponsor is a good 22-year sponsorship program.
You know, I have never heard anybody put that as a sponsor, but I like
brilliant.
it.
Yep.
Very brilliant.
Yep.
I think my kid needs to change his sponsorship list.
He should just put Mrs. Pam Hall.
Oh, goodness. And we can see in the background over there is the Pro Eagle area where we did our pit crew challenge last night with all those buggy whips all lit up. There is a car, I believe it's the number 28, it has some whips on it. I'm not sure if it's the buggy whips or not, but definitely going to be noticeable. Actually, they looks like, nope, not Wirt. It was number 28 later on in the list. We'll be able to pinpoint who that is, but look at that. They're all getting some pedestrians across the front of our cars. They will clear out that area so they can get this show on the road. And that's Matt Walraven right there, right behind Wirt. let's talk about this. We are at the 2024 Progressive King of the Hammers presented by Nitto and powered by Optima Batteries. It's been a great week so far. We started off our 2024 King of the Hammers with King of the Motos. That was awesome. We had Cody Webb. He won his King of the Motos class, 6-time champion.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I mean, 6-time champion out here at King of the Motos. It's so cool to me.
It is one of the most interesting races to watch this week because we have it's just an amazing feat. I don't understand how we don't have a triage unit of broken ankles at the end of that race. I wouldn't make it 1 mile without needing at least 2 new ankles.
Well, and you know what? I didn't realize that last year he actually was racing with a torn ligament in his thumb, so he couldn't even use his thumb on one of his hands, and he got 2nd place last year.
It's amazing. Yeah, they definitely go out there and battle the trails on those 2-wheeled machines, which is kind of neat to see. Then we had the Toyo Tires Desert Challenge presented by Monster Energy. We had a couple good days of racing with that. Now we've clicked into our Can-Am UTV Hammers Championship qualifying. Just finished today our Everyman Challenge qualifying. Tomorrow's the big Race of Kings 4400 qualifying, which is going to be fun to watch.
Yes, it is. Always fun to watch.
And then it's race day for 3 days straight of nothing but hardcore racing here in Johnson Valley. But tonight, it's all about our kids 170 class here under the lights in Hammertown.
Yes, it is. And for all of you that are out here in this crowd, let's give it up for these kids. Let them hear you cheer them on. Give them a great cheer. That's what's pumping them up, making them more excited, unless their nerves are going strong. But you guys, you're the reason why we're here with this whole entire event is our racers and all of the spectators. So these kids right here, the future of King of the Hammers.
Yeah, and I can hear those 170s kick to life. Feel it in my chest, man.
I can feel it in my feet on the floor here.
All 170 cc's of power.
Now, there are some modifieds out there.
That is true. I did see someone with a Ford logo across their visor. I wonder if he's got a Dugan's engine in that. Doesn't tell anybody.
You never know. You never know. That was the super modified class. Great shot that we have of the short course. They will be making their way out here in just a moment. And let's talk about another class that we have. So this is our 170 class, another new thing for this year compared to last year. But we have the 4900 Can-Am Futures Youth 1000 class that will also be racing on Thursday. So these kids right here, they will be the future of that sport as well, the future of that class.
Yeah, and as we watch, our course workers are bringing out our racers up to the Nitto Arch and then through onto the short course. As Pam said, we're going to be doing a rolling start behind our Can-Am UTV pace car.
And what's cool about that is Mike Childress, who I saw that he was driving it, he has a tiny tot that's racing in, I believe it's trophy carts, or was in trophy carts with the Great American Short Course. But Mike Childress out there driving the pace car for our kids, and then for Lee Perfect. Lee Perfect is directing the whole entire kids class tonight, our kids 170, our youth 170, I should say.
All right,
there's Drew with USAC right there, very noticeable with the cowboy hat. Out there making sure they're all lined up correctly. You can see that Brannick Racing on the side of Ford's car. All right, let's go through the lineup here. We have in the number 1 spot, the 114 of Brixton Wirt. In that 2nd position, the 138 of Brianna Gorky. In that 3rd position, the 118 of Xander Walraven. 1949 of Dom Allegri. The number 54, Philip Pinheiro, in that 5th position. Ella Ford in that 6th position. Hunter Biddle in the number 107 in that 7th spot. The 8th spot, the 66 of Addie Atterbury. The 9th position, the 696 of Mason Atterbury. And in that 10th position, the 1000 of Tristan Fulcher, TT Fulcher.
And then in 11, we have Brendan Lucas. I like how you handed this off to me right at this point, because you do not like saying number 12, Leon Yankovic. And then we have Evan Kelly, 13, Nora Pendergrast in 14th, Riley Atterbury in 15th, Claire Dixon in 16th, Bentley Dixon, 17th, Henry Condon in 18th, Peter Abt in 19th, and Hunter Valadez in 20th.
And then Riley Lucas in that 21st position. I think there's might be a couple more that I have cut off on here, but we have also in that modified class, we have Hudson Wilson starting in that number 1 spot, the number 2 spot, Peanut Fulcher, and the number 3 spot, Brianna Gorky in that 4th position, the 26 of Caden Gamble, and in the 5th position, the number 2 of Mason Dowker. And Mason Dowker's dad will be qualifying tomorrow, Tad Dowker.
And right here, this is the start of the race. We have our Can-Am UTV out there setting the pace for our Youth 170 class under the lights here in Johnson Valley. The rolling starts.
Yes, the rolling starts are always so much fun. So what will happen at one point, Mike will actually turn off, the pace car will turn off, and the kids have to keep their pace. They can't jump the start until they see that green flag. That's when they can actually go gas on. So some of these kids are seasoned in how these starts are done. Some of them are new to this kind of start. But the 2x2, their spotters will be telling them to tighten it up just a bit. They're doing a parade lap around before they take that green flag. And as you can see, our course workers up there in the right-hand side, this is our Can-Am corner, which is another term for our Talladega term. But these kids will be doing the whole entire short course. They might have cut out the area where on our big cars it goes out a little bit farther into the desert. They might have actually cut that part out. I did not quite see any lights up in that area. So they're already picking up some speed.
Yeah, they're starting to move in here. We can see them picking up speed in that corner, trying to bunch up a little bit behind our Can-Am pace car. And as Pam said, the Can-Am pace car will pull off at some point in time, and then they'll be headed out for the green flag with our rolling start. And that'll be the beginning of our Youth 170 race here under the lights in Johnson Valley. It looks like our pace car is just pulled away.
All right, they'll come around to the start finish line. The green flag has dropped.
And away we go. Now we're racing.
It's go, go, go. We do have Brixton Wirt that did take that lead. Brianna Gorky is in that number 2 spot. And you can see they're going 3 wide there.
Yeah, there's lots of real estate to play with out there on the short course. It's a good wide course, so they can get in that 3 wide position. But we can see right now our number 1 pole position car, he's putting a good bit of a gap between himself and the rest of the class.
Yes, and Brixton is in that limited stock class, along with Brianna Gorky also in that limited stock class as well. So Brixton in that 014, or the 114 still out in that lead. We have quite a bit of cars behind.
Yeah, Brixton certainly putting a little bit of a gap between himself and the rest of the pack. He seems to be able to stick that car well in that big, wide, sweeping turn on that Can-Am corner coming around to our tabletop jump.
And you can see that they are going to get some air off of that jump. And when you're in a car this small and you're young, it feels like you're just flying through the air forever. So it's really fun to get them launch off our tabletop jump.
Yeah, for anyone watching this, you'll see they'll have spotters out there on course, talking them through the course. But Brixton is running away with this right now, Pam. Look at the gap he's putting between himself and the rest of this field.
Well, he actually has a 4-second lead over Brianna right now. So Brixton Wirt came through with a 1:12.682, and Brianna Gorky is at a 1:16.651. And in that 3rd position is Xander Walraven in the number 118. His lap time was a 1:18.475. Dom Allegri is in that number 4 position. The 5th position, the number 54 of Philip Pinhero. And then we have in the 6th position, Ella Ford. 7th, Addie Atterbury. 8th, Hunter Biddle. 9th, Mason Atterbury. 10th position, Tristan Fulcher. That 11th position, Braden Lucas. 12th is Claire Dixon. 13th, Leon Yankovic. In that 14th position, Bentley Dixon.
Yeah, we're able to watch here in the booth. We're seeing them as they come through on their first lap, and we're going to be able to get some split times on them. But right now, Brixton Wirt is still out in front, clipping off the laps and putting a good bit of a gap between himself and the rest of the class.
So we have had 21 cars take that green flag. We have 1 car, Henry Condon, has not came through for the lap quite yet. That could be what's going on right there in our turn.
Well, that is our race leader dealing with some lap traffic right now.
And that is the 722 of Ella Ford. There is our leader, the 114. That 0 in front of the 114 is messing me up, but Brixton worked.
Yep, Brixton worked right now in the lead here in Hammertown under the lights.
And he just picked up his lap time by a second. He's now at a 1:11.408.
Very, very impressive, as you can see him, and he's dealing with lap traffic as he's working through the field.
All right. And that is the 760 that we were just now seeing making their way through of Evan Kelly. Out here for his first King of the Hammers. What's going to be really cool is if these kids stick with, work racing with Ultra 4, seeing what they do in their future. I mean, obviously they're doing short course and no rocks, but moving their way up into different classes is going to be really cool to see.
Absolutely. I think, as you mentioned earlier, Pam, there's the new UTV youth class that's part of our race week this week. That would obviously be the next step for them. But right now, it's all about Brixton Wirt making his way through the pack. As we see lots of traffic in behind him as we watch the...
That was 66 of Atterbury. 722 of Ella Ford.
All right, and we're watching this is the Youth 170 class right now. 2 different classes racing out here. 2 or 3, Pam?
Well, we have 3 different classes. I only see 21 cars out on the course, but I thought we had 29 vehicles registered to race, so they might be splitting up the classes. I don't see our modifieds on here. So our modified class more than likely will be going right after them.
All right, where we're watching Brixton, he's dealing with some lap traffic as he makes his way through. Takes a little high line there, gets a little into the mix as makes a pass. He is on fire in that little 170 tonight.
Yes, he is. Starting on the pole, still on the pole, and hoping to just finish off strong in that number 1 spot. We will be giving away some amazing laser nut trophies right after we're done here with our racing for both of our classes, as soon as we get our official results. But how cool is it that these kids are getting one of those awesome laser nut trophies?
Yeah, the laser nut trophies are definitely worth having. And we're seeing a lot of door-to-door action out there on the course. And there's your current race leader. Makes the little tabletop jump.
And I always say these are my little tiny tot racers here, the future of our sport. But look at the door-to-door right there, the battle going on.
There is a lot of action out there in this short course. Certainly an exciting night for everybody here, live from Johnson Valley. And it looks like Brixton's going to take the wide lane around the side of that turn and eat up a few competitors all in one shot.
Oh, look at that, trying to make some passes. I believe that one of the blue cars is Bentley Dixon, trying to make out the car numbers on the other ones. I know that Mason Dowker was also in a blue car as well, so he could have been one of those 3. Yes, the 823. The 823 of Rayleigh Lucas.
And coming up to our little tabletop jump here.
And Brixton is definitely on it. I mean, getting ready to pass up quite a few cars again. He is on hauling the Mel, I should say, is what he's doing. Yeah,
dealing with lap traffic very well. picking the pass, the right point coming through here, making sure he's got a good line and a clear lane through as he goes around.
So Brixton's fastest lap so far of the race was a 1:11.408, and last lap was a 1:13.584. But of course, you know, battling through lap traffic, that is what happens. Slows you down just a little bit. Passing cars is one of the best style of getting experience in my book, and that's Mason Atterbury that is right in front of Brixton. Mason has on the hood, there was rhinestones around the design. I was like, oh, this is super cool. And there's Ella Ford. Now we have the 760 of Evan Kelly that just passed us by, and the 66 of Atterbury.
Great shot from the drone there as we watch Brixton make his way around. Got hung up a little bit by lap traffic there of number 54, Philip Penharrow.
Yes, it is. So here's how it's going. They are racing a 30-minute race plus a lap. So they're going to get quite a few laps in. I mean, they've only been racing right now, I'm not sure exactly how long. 20 minutes to go is what they have. So they've only been racing here for 10 minutes.
Yeah, they've got a ways out there still worth the racing. A lot can happen. It's a long race. Like you said, 30 minutes plus a lap. That's a long time to be out on that short course. They will get a lot of laps in for sure.
I'm just wondering if anybody's going to need to stop for fuel. These tanks are so small on here.
Yeah, let's hope they planned for that event in the when they were getting ready to come out and race. 30 minutes worth of racing out here on the track.
All right, so let's talk about our running order right now. We have Brixton Work in that number 1 position. In the number 2 spot, Brianna Gorky. In that 3rd position, Xander Walraven. 4th position, Dom Allegri. And in that 5th position, Addie Atterbury. And they are all running in that limited class. So that is our top 5 in our limited.
All right, so we're watching right now here. This is door-to-door action in the short course here in Johnson Valley. We're watching our Youth 170 race. Right there, that is your current race leader. That is Brixton Work. He's been working his way through the traffic.
All right, Brixton Works still out in that #1 spot with the fastest lap so far of the race of a 1:11.408. They have 17 minutes still to go, and he is on lap number 10. So 10 laps out there with 17 minutes to go. Probably going to get about, I'm going to guess they're going to get about 24 laps in.
They could, because as you said, it's 30 minutes plus an extra lap after they get through that 30-minute mark. So, yeah, there's still a lot of racing left to go on out there right now. What we're doing right here in the booth is we're trying to make sense of our tracking. We're getting lap times and split times, but we want to make sure that we actually have our order correct. We do know that our current race leader is Brixton Wirt, and it looks like he just clicked in a faster lap than his previous lap.
You are so right. Wow, now it's still a 1:11, but still faster than the last. So 1:11.339. So Brixton's definitely using that skinny pedal to its max.
Yeah, and we just want to make sure that we get the order correct for you. But right now, all we know up here is that Brixton is in the lead. We have a fast lap of 1:11. It looks like our second fastest lap is somewhere in that 1:16 mark.
I'm sorry, what'd you say?
Next fastest lap would be like a 1:16, unless I'm mistaken.
Oh, yeah, I think you're right, like a 1:16.218. And that was put down by Xander Walraven. Actually, best lap, 1:15s. We have Brianna Gorky. Her best lap was a 1:15.371.
There we go. So we're getting some more data up here in the booth. So we're seeing some other people, but we're talking about a 4-second per lap difference between our current race leader and the second fastest vehicle out there. But yeah, as Pam said, we've got 30 minutes of racing, so it's as many laps as they can do in 30 minutes, and then it's plus a lap after that.
This is great seat time for these kiddos, that is for sure.
That is a long time out there in this race, considering at the beginning of the night we were speculating 6 laps, and now we're calculating they're probably going to be out there for 24 laps.
Yeah, I'm guesstimating 24. I mean, because Brixton's on 12 laps with 14 minutes and 53 seconds left. So, yeah, I'm 24 at least for our leaders.
Yeah, that's a long time to be out there in the car for these guys, which is great for them, good for them. They came out to race, and they're getting a whole bunch of seat time here under the lights in Johnson Valley.
All right, making their way around. We are too wide going into that right-hand turn right through our start-finish arch.
Yeah, great shot right there of all these kids out there tearing up the short course here with their 170 machines. And then after this race, we'll be breaking out into our second race of the night, which will be our modified class, correct, Pam?
Yes, and in our modified class, I'm going to get a count on that, but it looks like we might only have 5 of them in the modified class that I see here on a starting position. So there'll be 5 of them out there chasing each other around for that win. And there's the 1,000 of Peanut Fulcher, and Brixton Wirt is coming right up behind him.
Yeah, he's into some lap traffic there. We got 2 wide coming through that section in that corner, so he's gonna have to pick his timing correct to get in there and make that pass.
And there we have Walraven, we have Ford, Gorky. Gorky right there, she is running in that number 2 position. So Brixton can't really let up at all, because if he does, he will close that gap. She just ran through that lap traffic.
Yeah, she's right in there behind him.
We have Xander Walraven now has the second fastest lap at a 1:13.842.
Lots of competitors out there still having fun, working their way around the short course.
And they're memorizing the course too, so it's getting easier to go around. Just like it is anytime you race. Oh, we have a rollover
in the short course.
And I think that is The 28, is that 28?
Looks like it's looked like it's car 28. I think you're right. Yep.
So the 20.
Leon Yankovic, maybe?
Oh, goodness, yeah.
Yeah, and it looks like, but the course workers were right there. They're going to get that car flipped right back over.
As long as he's good and the car's good, he'll probably more than likely just keep on going.
Looks like he just caught a little bit of a bad rut on that inside line and got a little out of shape. Oh, looks like our course workers are coming out. They
Looks
are
like they're
going
to
to
stop them.
I
Well,
think
the flag's not really.
I think they're pushing them out of the corner where the car was rolled, get a little bit of space.
Yes.
Make sure there's space for the course workers to get that car rolled back over.
All right, Brixton is on lap number 15. Brianne is on 14. Xander Wallraven's on 14. And Dom Allegri also on lap number 14.
All right, looks like they've got the car rolled back over. I think they're just, unfortunately it looks like, oh no, it looks like they're steering. Okay, I think.
Hey, if it's good to go and the kid's good.
Yep, I think they're back in the race, I think.
There you
from
go.
The looks
Keep
of it.
trucking along. Alrighty. A 1:11.339 still our fastest lap of the race. A 1:13.842 is our second fastest lap. And Dom Allegri has the third fastest lap at a 1:14.457, currently running in that number 4 spot. Look at the great crowd over there by the BFG trailer. That is our Can-Am corner over there. There's grandstands for them to sit and watch on.
Oh, a little door-to-door action there going into the turn.
Yes, that Brixton, and then the number 1949 of Dom Allegri. Now Dom's running in the 4th spot, and if Brixton just lapped him, I wonder how far up the line. I mean, Xander and then Brianna are the only two left.
Yes, I believe you're
below
right.
him.
Yep, I believe you're right, Pam.
That is the 1:07.
That's Hunter Biddle.
Yep, Hunter Biddle. And this is where the spotters are key if they have their spotters in their ears to hold their lines, because you have somebody coming in on your inside or possibly on the outside, depending on. All right, the 1949 of Allegri was just on the screen there. Then right there we do have the 2 different lanes, because on our bigger race days when we start side by side, you have the 2 lanes to go. So it was really cool to see these drivers using both sides. There are 8 cars right there going into a battle, and then there's 9 and 10 behind them, but they're sticking pretty close together. Once they group up, it seems like they're grouping together.
Well,
pretty good.
I think once you get in a group like that, these cars being 170s, fairly evenly matched. It's hard to, I just saw someone look like they just went a little bit off course over there. I didn't see who it was.
And that's Brianna Gorky right there.
So Brianna over the little tabletop jump. Oh, we got a car being pushed by our recovery crew.
I believe that is Xander Wallraven.
So course workers out there getting Xander off the course. That is the 722 that we just saw on screen of Ella Ford. All right, Pam, while we watch these guys battle out, let's give a rundown of who's where and where they're sitting in our current position on track.
All right, in that number 1 position, we have Brixton Wirt in the number 114. In second position, the 138 of Brianna Gorky. In that third position, the 1949 of Dom Allegri. Fourth position, the 118 of Xander Walraven. In the fifth position, the 66 of Addie Atterbury, which just switched up because Xander, I believe, is the one that was off course there. So Addie Atterbury is now in that number 4 position.
Yeah, number 6 number 5 now, Ella Ford. Yeah, we're basically reshuffling as we're calling this. So Mason Atterbury just moved into 6, Claire Dixon into 7. Looks like we got Bentley Dixon into 8, Hunter Biddle into 9, and Xander Walraven has dropped down to currently in 10th position.
So very unfortunate for Xander. I know he's a very competitive racer out here. Raced our whole entire 2023 season with us as well last year.
But I don't know if he's out, Pam, because he's moved down to 10th, but we haven't seen anyone pass him on our corrected times up here in the booth. So maybe he's back on course. We'll have to keep our eyes out for him. So we look for the 118 of Xander if we see him, but right there, that's your current race leader, Brixton Wirt.
Yes, was making his way past Braden Lucas out of Peoria, Arizona, in that number 302. Oh, look at that jump. Jumping over that tabletop.
Getting good air out of the tabletop. 3 wide into that corner. Always fun to see.
It makes these kids better drivers out here passing each other, battling it out with each other, teaches them how to, driver etiquette as well.
Yeah, as we said before, these drivers will be out here driving for 30 minutes, and then they'll get flagged to do 1 additional lap.
So we have 4.5 minutes, or 4 minutes and 20 seconds actually to go, plus 1 lap. Brixton is running about a 1:17, so a few more laps there, and he's on lap number 20.
But Brianna just clicked off a 1:15 right behind him, which is
Oh, and who's that's pulling off? I was looking at the timing and missed what just happened.
Yep, I didn't see who was pulling off either. We were both looking at trying to figure out split times up here. There's Brianna right there. And she just, as we said, she just picked off a 1:15.
Do you recognize that paint scheme?
Ah, it's good old Walker Evans.
It is Walker Evans,
yes.
yeah. Who wouldn't recognize that, right?
Young people. It's just old people like us, Pam. Let's see that.
Ella Ford. Now we got the 224. Oh, I can't see the number with the light bar on of the other car, but the 224 Bentley Dixon. Look at the 5 cars. You got 2 right there in the front and then 3 in the back, battling it out. And that is Atterbury in the number 66 with Allegri right behind her. And Addie's running in that number 4 spot. And Dominique is actually running in that 3rd position. So let's see what's going to happen. It looks like there might have been a pass that went on.
Yeah, we've had some shuffling in our order up here. We're waiting for the screen to basically kick up and see what's going on. But lots of action here in the short course in Hammertown. Piles of people out here to watch this kids race. Super awesome to see.
Yes, it is.
I know they were all these kids were really excited to be able to take part in this here in Johnson Valley.
So everybody out here showing support. It's really awesome to see you guys doing that. So thank you guys. Everybody, thank you at home for sticking with us all day long. We started live this morning at 7 a.m. with our EMC qualifying. We are still live now with our future of the sport in our 170 classes. And it's just been an awesome day of racing all around. And we had 162 EMC cars take the green flag this morning for our qualifying. But right now, as you say, it is all about the 170 class and the future of our sport.
Yeah, we're watching right now as Brixton is currently our race leader, sitting in that #1 position. We will see them, all these kids will be out here racing for 30 minutes straight, and then at the 30-minute mark, they'll get 1 additional lap after that. Then we'll be rolling out our next group of kids.
And that is a great overview of our short course with that big, huge Optima battery blow up over there in that corner. Because we are out here for our 2024 Progressive King of the Hammers presented by Nitto and powered by Optima batteries. We've had a couple weeks of already full racing, pre-running, qualifying, and here we are for our youth class as well, getting their races going under the lights out here at King of the Hammers.
Yeah, I see a good bunch of racers pulling into that corner there. They're basically going too wide into some of these corners, having fun.
All right, lap number 23. 27 seconds to go.
Oh, Pam called it.
Brixton.
She said 24 laps in total. Excellent job, Pam.
Simple math, simple math. All right, lap number 24, 14 seconds to go. So Brixton work, Brianna Gorky, Dom Allegri, Addie Atterbury, and Mason Atterbury are our top 5 for our limited class. In our stock class, we have Claire Dixon, Bentley Dixon. Let's see who's going. Got to scroll here. Maybe.
Pam's just working through the timing card here to see who is broken up into our 2 classes, because we have limited class and stock class on the track at the same time.
Thank you. If I could get this computer to work here. So I did. Claire Dixon in the #1 spot for the stock class, Bentley Dixon in the 2nd spot, and Peter Abbs running in that #3 spot for our stock class. And of course, this is all unofficial results right now until we actually get all official on us. But we do have Brixton still at that fastest lap of a 1:11.339. 30 minutes, it says there's 2 remaining, but we said it was going to be 30 minutes plus 1 lap, so we shall see when the white flag comes out. Should be this lap, and it looks like there's an issue going on, possibly with the car. I couldn't read the number that has the red light on the back of it. I could have just completely seen it wrong, but it looked like they were kind of towed out just a little bit. And there we do have the 107 of Hunter Biddle going up against the 760 of Evan Kelly. Then back to our leader here, Brixton work.
Yeah, Brixton our leader overall, but as Pam pointed out, we have 2 different classes on the racetrack, limited class and stock class.
And then we will be moving on into our modified class here. Right after this one is over, our modified class will consist of 5 drivers that will be taking the green flag. They will do the same thing. It'll be 30 minutes plus a lap as well. So being in the modified class, it's going to be interesting to see if they all stick together or if they space out all over the race course.
Lots of action coming to you live from Johnson Valley. Oh, and it looks like we're bringing in our leader.
All right.
That is the end for him.
26 laps
26
for Brixton Works.
laps. Very good. So Pam called it 24 plus, well, it was supposed to be 1, but they did 2.
Well, I was guessing it was going to be 24 laps in total, so they did 2 more laps than I was guesstimating. But Brianna Gorky in that #2 spot with 25 laps. But of course, everything is unofficial until they make it official for us, and then we will be giving away those awesome trophies here in just a little bit. We have some sparkling cider for the kids to celebrate with, so sorry parents, they're going to be sticky. I will run away when they start doing the shaking up and spraying their apple cider.
All right, we're still waiting for the rest of the cars to come in. We're still waiting to see some of these stock cars come in. But it looks like we now have Claire Dixon has just finished with the stock, followed by Bentley Dixon. All right, well, as you can see, the course workers out there getting all of our kids off the course. And earlier today, Miles caught up with one of the racers that we've seen on the track tonight.
So we caught up with Hunter Valadez. That's Johnny's daughter out here racing part of the Youth 170 classes. I'm so stoked that you're following your dad's footsteps. Are you here to have some fun?
Yeah.
How much seat time do you have in these in this UTV?
Well, we went out to the desert, and I get to ride around the yard, so I like riding like every day.
And having fun. I love the smile on your face. Are you excited to go out there and race with your fellow competitors?
Yeah.
And it's a pretty cool short course. Have you gone out there and seen some of it?
Yeah, I went out there earlier, and I saw where I would be racing.
Yeah, there's some big corners, some big jumps, and it's just a lot of fun. And you're the future of the sport. And like I said, hopefully one of these days you can drive your dad's car out here with us, right?
Yeah.
It's a lot of fun. Again, just love the young guys and gals out here racing with us. Again, the future of our sport, and here she is.
Thanks a lot, Miles. That was great. It's great to see Miles out there catching up with the kids. But now we have all of our cars off the track, and the next group to go out will be our modified class.
Yes, in our modified class, as we were saying, there are 5 cars that will be taking the green flag. We have Peanut Fulcher in that number 2 spot, I should say. Wyatt Cotter in that number 1 spot. Hudson Wilson in 3rd, and Caden Gamble in 4th, and Mason Dowker in that 5th position.
And just like the race we just watched, it will be 30 minutes plus 1 lap. So, Pam, how many laps do you think these guys are going to be able to pull off?
Oh, I think they're probably going to do about 32.
Pam's going for 32.
I'm going for 32. I like lucky number 32.
There we go.
My daddy's race car number. But that'll be my guess. We just saw 26 laps. So, yeah. What is your guess? You're asking me my guess, so let's get your guess.
Oh, I'll go with you, Pam. I'll just play the Price is Right game. I'll just play the Price is Right game, and I'll go 31.
Oh, 31. Oh, the lower number.
Yes.
You don't want to go over, or you
no.
lose the game.
Exactly. Yeah. Price is Right rules always, Pam. Price is Right rules.
All right. I know that we are live to the world right now, but all of you out in the crowd, let these kids that just finished hear you guys cheering them on, because they just now went out there and raced 26 laps. So let's give it up for our stock class and our intermediate class that was just out, our limited class. Grabbing that drink of water, drinking his prime. And soon he'll get to drink his sparkling cider.
Sparkling cider. I don't think he's going to drink any of it, Pam. I think he's going to spray it all over you.
Yeah, no, I'm running. I run away. Run away. That's my request whenever I'm giving this stuff to the kids. Please wait till I move. All smiles right there.
Smiles right there. Happy to be spending 30 minutes out on the short course here in Johnson Valley.
All right. We're getting some information over here, some results going down. All right, we're getting some results over here.
Some official, officially results coming in from racing director.
But if you give me just a minute, you want to keep on talking away from me for a second, I'll get the names put to the numbers, and we will let you all know the official results for our limited class and our stock class.
Yep, and then we'll get those, get them up on stage. Pam's going to do a little post-race driver interview with the kids, and while we're waiting for that, we're getting ready for our modified 170 class to go out. It'll be a similar format as our previous race. We got 30 minutes of racing with these modified cars. Obviously, we'll see a lot more laps get clicked off in that 30 minutes because the cars obviously being modified a little bit faster.
I love it. I can hear your accent.
That's my Canadian
Your
/ Southern accent.
Yeah, I can't even. How long have you lived in the Tennessee area?
23 years.
Wow. Tennessee's beautiful.
Best
But I can
state
hear
in the
your
nation.
I can hear your Canadian accent every once in a while.
All right, so we're just waiting for our modified class to get out on the course. Pam has taken some notes here in the announcer booth so we can get our winners up on stage. We have the official race results.
This is the most important notes right here.
The most important notes. I think they're moving some cars up onto stage. I think they're tired of waiting for you, Pam. They're just going to bring them up here anyway.
All right, so should we do it now or should I go up there and
I think you should do it on stage with
I
the
won't
kids.
even, I'm not even, I have the results and I'm just going to let it be.
There we go.
That's the way it should be, right? Curiosity
That's right. Skins the cat.
skins the cat.
All right, I think Pam has made the executive decision that she's going to wait till all the racing's done before she hands out awards. All right, Pam is getting all of our winners situated up here on stage. We're going to go ahead right now and do our awards for our limited and stock class. Pam is out there with our winners. Just going to hand out some trophies and get sprayed with sparkling cider. So, Pam, I'm going to throw it off to you. Pam's not ready yet, apparently, so I'm not going to throw it off to her. She's still getting all the cars up here. All right, so Pam's getting everyone lined up here on stage. We have some amazing laser nut trophies for these kids. We'll do a little post-race interview with our winners from each class. We're holding off on the official announcement. Pam's going to do it right here, live on stage from Johnson Valley. Huge crowd here at the main stage to get these kids all revved up. All right, kids are getting out on the stage. Pam's getting them all set up. Pam's going to hand out some trophies and some very, very dangerous sparkling cider. We're going to throw it to her in a second. She's going to talk to our winners. All right, so Pam is officially ready. We have our winners on stage. Pam, take it away.
All right, right here in our number 3 spot for our 170 stock class. I know you're already ready, but you got to wait till I say go, okay? Because I have to be way far away. Oh, I'll show you how it works. Dad, you can show him whenever it's ready. So, Peter, you're up here in this number 3 spot. You did quite a few laps out there, but how do you feel right now?
It feels really good to actually be up here.
Well, it's awesome to see you up here. You're looking at Dad. I know Dad's super stoked back here. How do you feel about that race course compared to what you raced on last year?
Feels a lot different.
It's a little bit bigger. I know you race up at the NorCal Rock Racing Series, and that course is a little bit smaller, I believe, than this one, but the same builder, so you must know what you like, right?
Yeah.
All right. Who do you want to thank for getting you out here this weekend?
I want to thank Abt Motorsports. I want to thank Rugged Radios. I want to thank Brendan Thompson. I want to thank Team Awesome. I want to thank Hidden Power Cycles. And I want to thank my mom and dad. And that's it.
Awesome. Well, congratulations. You still hold on to that, but we're going to take pictures with this trophy before we actually spray the sparkling cider. So congratulations on that number 3 spot. Right over here in the number 2 spot, the 224 Bentley Dixon. How do you feel right now?
I'm really tired.
Really tired. I don't know how many laps you did. I know it was up in the 20 count there, but did you have fun out there?
Oh, I had so much fun.
Well, that's awesome to hear. You're up here in this number 2 spot. How do you feel about being in that number 2 spot?
I don't know. It just feels really good to be even up here and looking at all these people.
I know. You guys, did you hear them yelling for you whenever you guys were at the start?
Yeah,
It makes you feel good, gets you all pumped up, ready to take that green flag, doesn't it?
exactly.
Awesome. Who do you want to thank for getting you out here this weekend?
My mom and dad, Rugged Radios, my grandma and grandpa, Chat Design, and King Crane.
Awesome. Well, congratulations up here in this number 2 spot. Hopefully we see you up here again next year.
Thank you.
All right, over here, the number 1 position. Here you are, super stoked. Claire Dixon, how do you feel being up here in this number 1 spot?
I feel so awesome.
Well, you have quite the crowd out here. You're out there racing against your cousin, but here you are in the number 1 spot.
Mm-hmm.
Is there a little family competition there?
Yep.
You are, oh yeah. No, so here you are in the number 1 spot. Who helped you get out here this weekend to the kids 170 race out here at King of the Hammers?
My mom and dad, my family. I don't really know. I just want to thank Piper, Jesse, and
Oh, I hear the cousin back here saying me.
My friends and family. My cousin Bentley. It's been fun battling with you. Watch out next time. We're gonna dance again. And off-road vixens.
Awesome. Well, congratulations in this #1 spot. Kids, what we're going to do first, let's grab these trophies, take a picture, and then we'll do the sparkling cider. So you guys, let's give it up for our stock 170 class. Get those photos. All right, kiddos, it's time. Grab that sparkling cider, shake it up, and do whatever you want with it. Just don't get me. Sorry, parents, they're going to be sticky.
All right, well, while Pam was giving away the awards, it looks like our modified cars are out on the course. And they've just started their race. They have 30 minutes, basically 29-25. We'll basically keep an eye on this race while Pam gets the next group up on stage for the next trophy presentation. But what we're watching is the modified class out here. So it's 5 cars. We have Brian Fulcher, Wyatt Cotter, Hudson Wilson, Caden Gamble, and Mason Docker. Right there on your screen is Brian Fulcher. Currently right now, Wyatt Cotter has our fast lap of 1:06. Second fastest lap brings Brian Fulcher of 1:12. But we are early in the night. It's 28 minutes to go. And just like our previous race, it's 30 minutes on course. And then they will add 1 or 2 laps, depending what race ops decides. This is the modified class that's out there. So Pam's estimate was about 32 laps. I went in at 31, so we'll see how fast these guys can click these laps off. But of the 5 racers out there right now, we got Wyatt Cotter, Brian Fulcher, Caden Gamble, Mason Dowker. I don't see Hudson Wilson coming through the start-finish, so we don't have a lap time for them yet. Over that little tabletop jump right there. That is the 2:12 of Wyatt. Still putting down our fast lap. Brian Fulcher right behind him. As we're watching our modified class out on the course, these are the modified 170 kids race. That is the number 2 of Mason Dowker, finishing their second lap. With a lap time of 1:24. Fast lap still being held by Wyatt. Wyatt with a 1:06. And we originally planned to have 5 vehicles, but I think we only have 4. They are spread out all over the course as they make their way around. Pam is setting up our next trophy presentation here on the stage. As we are watching our modified class make our way through the short course here in the infield. Right now we have Wyatt Cotter, Brian Fulcher, Caden Gamble, and Mason Dowker out there on course. All right, I think Pam is ready out there on the stage. We're going to throw it to Pam for our next set of trophies. Take it away, Pam.
All right, right here with Dom Allegri. You are number 3 in this modified class, in the limited class. How are you feeling right now?
Great.
Great. What else?
I would just like to thank my mom, my dad, Rugged Radios, Chevy Militia, and my friend Piper for giving me the confidence.
Piper's getting a lot of love up here. That's awesome. So Piper, confidence, just keeping you pumped up, ready to race?
Yeah.
Awesome. But here you are in this number 3 spot. What'd you think about that race course?
I thought it was great. I loved the track, and I loved that jump at the end.
I was going to ask you, that was going to be my next question, was what was your favorite part? So that tabletop, you were catching some air on it as we were watching, feeling pretty good about that.
Yeah.
So who else would you like to think to get you up here this weekend, or did you catch them all already?
I think I've got them all.
Awesome. Well, you're going to get to do that sparkling cider here in just a minute, but congratulations on that number 3 spot out here at King of the Hammers.
Thank you.
All right, right over here with Brianna. Brianna Gorky, you're in this number 2 spot. You were very close behind. Oh, I thought you were going to have it there for a minute, but number 2 spot, got to be feeling pretty good.
Yes. Yeah, very.
So how long have you been racing this car?
This car actually just got done Thursday, but I've been racing for 3 years.
I knew you'd been racing. I just didn't know how long you had this one. So
This got finished on Thursday, so we raced at Glen Helen and then we came here. So.
awesome. So not much seat time in it for you. Well, here you are in this number 2 spot out here this weekend. What was your favorite part about that race course?
My favorite part is it was right before that puddle, the turn with the puddle. I kept going high, and that was really fun.
It kind of looked like you were drifting that corner.
Kind of.
Well, who do you want to thank for getting you out here this weekend?
I want to thank Brendan Gahn. I want to thank PCI, Gearworks, Sparks, Race 2, Race 22, Croyer, Collins Motorsports, Patrick Signs, Crow Safety Gear, and JB. And my mom, my dad, my uncle, and Jared, Jared, Doug, Daryl, and Jason, and my uncle for finishing the car in time.
Awesome. Well, you have quite the backing there for you. Congratulations on this number 2 spot.
Thank you.
All right. You're trying to spray it already, aren't you? No pre-celebrating. I got to run away before you do that. Up here in this number 1 spot, Brixton work. You got the smile on your face. You did 26 laps out there tonight. Did it feel like 26 laps?
Yeah, it kind of felt a little more than 26.
It felt like more than 26. It was a smooth course for you, but you were just hauling the Mel out there tonight. What was the trick you had up your sleeve to keep you out front the whole entire race?
My dad said just make a smart choice of if there's too much left traffic, go on the outside and just take that spot and try to make momentum and speed.
Well, it was definitely a very clean race. You passed a lot of cars out there, but most importantly, you're up here in this number 1 spot. Who do you want to thank for getting you out here?
My dad, Steve, my mom, my grandpa, Boxo, VP, and Pro Eagle.
Awesome. Is that, you got them all?
Yeah.
All right, we're going to let you celebrate, but first, before you spray that, let's get your trophy. You guys hold them up high, our 1, 2s, and 3s here. Go ahead and set that down. Get that photo for our photographers, and then you can celebrate with your apple cider. All right, here we go. It's time for that apple cider. All right, let's give it up for our limited class. Brixton Worst in that number 1 spot. Brianna Gorky in 2nd, and Dom Allegri in the number 3 spot. Congratulations.
All right, Pam is done with our award. All right, Pam's got it down to our awards on stage, and right now we are still watching our modified class out there. 20 minutes to go in their race. Currently sitting in our first position is Wyatt Cotter. He had a fast lap of 106. Last lap shaved a little bit of time off that, fell down to a 117. Brian Fulcher right behind him with a 115. Caden Gamble sitting in third place, the fast lap of 112, and then Mason Dowker bringing up the back of the pack in that fourth spot. Still a lot of racing to happen out there on our short course. As we said before, 20 minutes left of racing, and then they'll have 1 or 2 additional laps after that. Not as much action on this particular race, so only 4 cars out there, but they're having fun. These kids are out tearing up the dirt here in Johnson Valley. Part of the 2024 Progressive King of the Hammers, presented by Nitto and powered by Optima Batteries. This is our Kids 170 race. We just finished our stock and our limited class, and this is our modified class out on the course under the lights here in Johnson Valley, live to the world for you at home tonight. As we're watching right there, that's Wyatt Cotter come through. A little bit of action in fighting in behind him. And we have 3 deep working the rest of the race course. As they come up to the tabletop jump, pass in the air about to happen. And that was Brian Fulcher making the pass on that section of the course as they come through the big arch here in Hammertown. As Pam was saying earlier, this is a long, short course for them to race on. And they're out there for 30 minutes. Current race leader, Wyatt, is well out in front as 2, 3, 4 are battling it out behind him. All right, Pam is back in the booth.
All right, catch me up because I was out there with these kiddos.
Well, we have a whole other batch of kiddos out here on the course, modified class. Only 4 cars out there right now, Pam. We thought we had 5, but only 4 came into race. And Wyatt right now is got a commanding lead.
I know Hunter Wilson was here, so I'm not sure why he's not out on course if something might have happened. But look at Wyatt Cotter has a 106.152, has already taken 10 laps. I might be way off on my 32 count.
Yeah, well, there's 17 minutes left, and I think he was dealing with some lap traffic on the couple last laps, but with his best lap being 106, last lap being 117. But if you look behind him, Brian Fulcher was making some moves in behind there, reeling him in. So I think, I don't know how much of a lead that Wyatt has on Brian, but we saw Brian make a couple spectacular passes a minute ago, actually passing in the air, which was exciting. But his lap time is actually at a 1:11, so he's technically faster on the lap, but I don't know how long it will take him to catch up to Wyatt.
Yes, and Brian Fulcher is the one that actually goes by Peanut. So, yeah, Peanut Fulcher out there on course. He is one that has been racing with us for the last year as well in our season. He is also a part of the team Momentum. And then we have Caden Gamble, also raced our 23 season with us, in that number 26 running in that number 3 spot. Mason Dowker, another one. These all have been running with us all through, the season for us for our 2023 Ultra 4 Series. So Wyatt Cotter, though, a 106.152. Fastest lap was lap 2. So that's
yeah, he's definitely
very fast.
But if you look at his last lap, he's at 118. Compare that to Brian Fulcher's last lap of 112. And in the wide shot, we could see Brian is still reeling him in slowly. And there, look at that. Brian Fulcher's going the best lap of 112. So he's actually going 6 seconds. Or sorry, not 6 seconds.
And you know what? Earlier in the last race, I was thinking, you know, I know Mason has a blue car, but I was thinking, I was telling him that there is Peanut Vulture making his way around, has those blinking lights on the back.
Yeah, and on that wide shot, you can see, well, there's our current race leader, Wyatt. He's in the big corner, but I can't call him Peanut. I'm still calling him Brian.
I can't call him Brian because
there
Brian's
we go.
his
So
dad.
just be confusing for everybody. All right, so up over the little tabletop jump there for Wyatt. And you can see Brian Fulcher's right behind him, and he's reeling him in. If we look at lap time, there's still 15 minutes worth of racing to go.
And they're on lap number 12. So you know what? It could be, I might be way off on my 32 laps. I might be off by like 4 laps, so maybe like 28 laps.
But if we look at Wyatt, I think has picked up the pace a little bit. He's shaved, he's down to a 112 was his last lap. The previous lap, he was at 117.
Yes, and then Peanut Fulcher, a 1:11.749, but Peanut's fastest lap time is a 1:11.701. Peanut is another one that races out in the mud on those big old mud tires. I don't know, you know all about that kind of racing as well.
No, I stay out of mud. I hate mud.
Oh, goodness gracious.
I despise it.
It's so fun to watch.
I don't do the mud, Pam.
I would never race. I don't like the mud either, but it's really awesome to see what these guys and gals do out there racing in the mud racing.
All right, but right now our current race leader is Wyatt. Look, Evan. So he's certainly turned it on. He's shaved 10 seconds off his previous lap.
He must have pushed the NOS button.
Yeah.
Just
You're
kidding.
watching too much Fast and the Furious, Pam.
Oh, I love it.
All right, and we can see that Brian Fulcher just did a 1:12. So he's 5 seconds off our leader on lap time. So I don't know if in 13, 14 minutes that'll be enough time for him to catch up. For a while he was pulling a faster lap time, but I think Wyatt figured out what was going on and basically put the hammer down and started to put a little bit of a gap between them.
Yeah, Peanut Fulcher out of Fayetteville, North Carolina. Like I said, a part of Team Momentum Racing. He was our won in the Havasu 2023, our National and West Series champion. So he has quite the ranks under his belt racing with Ultra 4. He got first place at Rush, Montana, Disney, and Havasu in 2023. And Peanut Fulcher, a whole part of the Team Momentum also, you know, that is Nathan Parker, our young, he just now turned 15. Today's his birthday, so happy birthday to Nathan Parker. Qualified, I believe it was in 4th position yesterday in our 4900 class, so congrats to him. He was sitting in that number 3 spot for a minute, then got bumped out to number 4, but awesome job by that whole entire Team Momentum. They're coming in strong out here in our Ultra 4 racing out here at King of the Hammers.
And right now it is all about the 170 modified race. We're watching our current race leader, that's Wyatt Cotter, out in the lead.
Yeah, Wyatt Cotter's definitely lap 14, but Peanut's, Peanut's in 14 laps. Caden also in the number 14 laps. So Caden Gamble running in that number 3 spot in the number 26. Caden Gamble out of New Mexico with Goodall Motorsports in a single seat Polaris with Ultimax belts and anti-gravity batteries behind him. First Ultra 4 race was last year here at King of the Hammers. He also races in USAC quarter midgets. He also is a Rubik's Cube expert as well. So Caden Gamble out there on course running strong in that number 3 spot.
Yeah, we just got the last lap for Brian, came in at 1:11, and Wyatt has fallen off pace a little bit, his last lap being 1:14, so there is still some, with 11 minutes to go, there's still some time for Brian to close up the gap. I don't know if there's enough time in this 11 minutes to go to reel him in, but...
And that's Mason Dowker that we're seeing on screen there. Mason Dowker, part of North Shore. And he also, his dad, Tad, races in our 4400 class. His first race with Ultra 4 was at Rush, Kentucky in 2023. He races in a Polaris 200, and his sponsors are mom and dad.
Best sponsor.
Best sponsors, exactly. They're out of Elk Rapids, Michigan.
All right, it looks like our current race leader may be moving up on a little bit of lap traffic.
When you say moving on up, I think of that show, Moving On Up.
I mean the Jeffersons.
Yes.
Yes. But he's having to deal with some lap traffic, which could be beneficial for Brian Fulcher because it's going to slow him down. And we'll see what Brian can do if he can capitalize on this, because we're watching our race leader right now having to pick the correct line to get around this little bit of traffic.
And that is Mason Dowker that he's trying to find his way around. And I loved talking to the kids just now. You know, his dad, clean racing, but Mason Dowker still running strong on that line. Wyatt Cotter running right behind, trying to find the clean line around Mason.
Yeah, and there he goes. He just dropped down to the inside, got around him, which is good. So now he's made it around that lap traffic. We'll see if Brian was able to capitalize on that and pick up a little bit of space, but he will also have to deal with Mason when he catches up to that spot. It's kind of hard to tell, but you can see that we'll get a lap time on Wyatt when he comes through the jump. And didn't really cost him much time at all. That last lap, he pulled a 1:14. Good time. It's kind of on pace to where he was running when he was leading the race.
Yes, and we have 9 minutes and 15 seconds to go. And Peanut Fulcher just threw down his fastest lap at a 1:11.399. So he's picking up his pace for sure. I'm sure whoever's in his ears, if Dad's in his ears, is telling him just to pick it up just a little bit.
Yeah, with that split difference, the difference would be, I don't know if he could make it up and challenge our current race leader, but as long as he can keep laying down faster laps, I definitely think he can.
Yes, just try to close that gap just a little bit. But the 2-1-2 of Wyatt Cotter still running strong, with Peanut Fulcher running in that number 2 spot, Caden Gamble in 3rd, Mason Dowker in that 4th position, and we have a did not start of the 4:02 of Hudson Wilson.
With 8 minutes and 20 seconds to go, we have our race leader clipping off another lap right here, so we'll get a time on that. 1:10, good, picking up his pace.
Yes, a 1:10.209.
And another, oh, look at that. Brian Fulcher right behind him, laid down almost an identical lap time.
Oh, wow, yeah, 1:10.910. So Peanut just threw down his fastest lap time of the race.
My unofficial split time between the two was right at 10 seconds. Our timing has the gap at 13 seconds between the race leader and our second place.
And there we have Wyatt Cotter on screen, making his way around to complete lap 18 with 7 minutes and 20 seconds to go.
Yep, this is where they'll pick up that lap when he comes over the Yukon launch here. Similar lap to his last one at 1:10. He's got a good, steady pace out there on the short course.
And this is our youth modified class, and we were out here for the 2024 Progressive King of the Hammers presented by Nitto and powered by Optima batteries. And this is our kids race, our 170 race. We do still have Wyatt Cotter in that number 1 spot at a 1:06.152, but look at Peanut Fulcher just threw down another faster lap time for himself at a 1:09.767.
Yeah, he closed the gap a little bit, but we're at a 12-second gap between first and second. So it's going to be a lot of work for him to try to reel in our first place car and challenge that leader, but he's definitely got the The heat turned up in the car, laying down some fast laps, one after the other, every lap getting faster, which is good to see.
Yes, and that is Peanut you are seeing on screen there. Peanut, when we were at Pennsylvania this past year, he took quite a tumble going down our straightaway. And yeah, came back strong though. I mean, he had a great year after that. Mason Dowker we were just seeing. And the 2-1-2 of Mason Cotter completing lap number 20, and we have 5 minutes and 45 seconds. And look at that launch by Peanut Fulcher off of that tabletop.
Yeah, a little bit off pace from his previous lap. He's down to a 1:11.
But you know, running a clean, smooth race right now to keep your position. If you can't close the gap all the way, you don't want to push it too hard and possibly mess up your race.
Yeah, there's still lots. We got 5 minutes and 20 seconds to go. And then they'll have an additional 1 or 2 laps. We don't know yet. It's just a toss-up, isn't it, Pam?
Yeah, it was supposed to be 1 lap, but we did go 2 last time. But you know what? It's just extra seat time for these kiddos.
Yeah,
Well,
they certainly are happy to be out here under the lights here in Hammertown.
we have quite the crowd out here, still watching for their racers coming across. So thank you all for sticking around with us and watching our future of the sport.
All right, Wyatt just came in for another lap. Now that last lap, he's picked up pace once again. He's getting closer to his best lap. That one came in at a 1:09.
And Mason Dowker just threw down his fastest lap of his race at a 1:23.04. He's on lap number 18. But Wyatt Cotter's fastest lap at a 1:06.152 is the fastest lap of the race. Peanut Fulcher's fastest lap of the race as a 1:09.767. Caden Gamble's fastest lap of his race was on lap number 11 at a 1:12.338. And then Mason Dowker at a 1:23.04 on the last lap, number 18.
Just about 4 minutes left to go in our race here tonight. This is our kids 170 modified class. You did a very good job of avoiding the sparkling cider spray, Pam. That's impressive.
Oh yeah, experience on that. You know.
Yes.
You've been around it.
I run away from the spraying champagne and our sparkling cider. Yes.
That's a good reason for me having taking a picture with their trophies first. That gives me time to get away.
Gives you time to duck and cover.
Hey, it's all about strategy. Strategy on the race course, strategy up here on the podium.
I think that's pronounced strategery, just so you know.
Strategery.
All right, there's your current race leader, Wyatt Cotter, out there on the short course here in Johnson Valley, live under the lights.
Mason Dowker, the bright blue wrap, great looking car, North Shore Raceworks. It's really awesome. Again, I'm going to say it again because I said it earlier on, to have these kids out here racing. You know, I mean, the parents are out here doing their racing. You have kids that want to race as well. This is such a great class, again, and for the future of our sport, as we have said a million times tonight. But I love this class. This is one of my favorite ones, my little tiny tots, as I call them. Mason Dowker looking really good coming through. Lap number 20. Last lap at a 1:21.330.
Just under 2 minutes and 30 seconds to go. Looks like our lap count right now is at 23 for our current race leader.
And there's the number 26 of Caden Gamble making his way around as well. Our third place racer. Fastest lap is a 1:12.338. Last lap was a 1:14.248.
All right, that is your current race leader right there with Wyatt. Wyatt's coming in. All right, and right there, I believe that is Mason Dowker off the big tabletop. Or sorry, no, that was Caden Gamble. Oh, Pam, we have a change in our run order right there.
Oh,
with that
my
last lap,
goodness.
Caden Gamble was able to push up and get around
I wonder what happened with Peanut Fulcher.
I don't know. I haven't seen him on course. I can only speculate. Oh, there he is. Oh no, that's terribly unfortunate. We didn't see what happened, but he's with the crew right now. It looks like he is.
He's definitely off course. That is Abe over there doing recovery as well.
Oh, it's such a shame because he was doing so well, mate. There's only 50 seconds left to go.
Such a shame, but you know what? Now Caden Gamble's up running in that number 2 spot. But such a bummer, yes, for Peanut Fulcher.
Yeah, that a clean race, was doing very, very well.
You know, these little cars, too, they can throw a chain really easy as well. Who knows what happened on it, but that's such a bummer for him, too. I mean, he did great, though. He was doing amazing 22 laps. His fastest lap was a 1:09.767.
Yeah, he was definitely keeping the pressure on our race leader, Wyatt. There was a point there where it looked like he was going to be able to push in and possibly close that gap, but we're watching lots of action out on the course right now. We're still waiting to see what happens. There's 7 seconds to go before we add into our lap right now.
Wyatt Cotter, our leader.
2 laps remaining.
All right, so 26 laps for both classes. I was way off.
Well, all right, and we
no,
just
27.
We're still waiting to see. Currently, right now, it looks as though Brian Fulcher is still holding on to that 3rd position.
So doing these bonus laps after the 30 minutes, as long as Mason Dowker is still running, he will take over that number 3 spot from Peanut Fulcher.
Yeah, I don't see him out there running, but I do believe Mason still is. So just got to wait for our tracking to catch up here in the booth, because our current race leader Wyatt, he's on his 25th lap.
And Caden Gamble has had 24 laps under his belt.
And then right now it's a battle out for that 3rd spot between Mason and Brian.
All right, Caden Gamble just came through, lap number 25. But you know, Peanut Fulcher, he's got such good sportsmanship. I mean, even though something happened with his car, he's still going to have a smile on his face at the end of the day. There is the checkered flag.
Checkered flag
waving
out there for Wyatt.
All right, Wyatt Cotter taking that number 1 spot right now unofficially. We'll get our official spots here in just a moment. And we do see Mason Dowker did take over that number 3 spot. So Wyatt Cotter in that number 1 position. Caden Gamble in 2nd. And Mason Dowker in that 3rd spot. And there's Caden Gamble running strong through the end. Peanut Fulcher in that number 4 spot with 22 laps under his belt, but he was just a couple laps shy of being on that podium.
Such a shame. He was putting on a great show out there, keeping a lot of pressure on our leader. But all right, we will get our modified class off the course. And as soon as we do, Pam will head out and get ready for some trophies and some more sparkling cider.
Yep, and that is Rusty out there waving our checkered flag. He is out at our start line and our finish line, waving the green flag and the checkered flags every single day. All righty. As soon as we get our official results, we will do just what you just said. We will do the sparkling cider, laser nut trophies, and that will be the end of our day for racing out here for the 2024 Progressive King of the Hammers, presented by Nitto and powered by Optima Batteries.
This has been quite the day of racing. As you said, Pam, started at 7 a.m. this morning.
Yeah.
We've now been racing for, I guess, essentially, we've been racing for 13 hours here in the desert.
Yes. Jim and I started off at 7, correct?
Correct. I was not here. I came in around the 10 o'clock. I was not here, but then let's not forget tomorrow we have more racing. Tomorrow is our Nitto Race of Kings qualifying. They will be kicking off. Are we kicking off at 7 a.m. tomorrow, Pam?
No, we are not. We are starting at 8 a.m. Pacific Standard Time for our Nitto Race of Kings qualifying. And then tomorrow night we will have a driver's meeting, and then we will be going into race day on Thursday, starting off with our Can-Am UTV Hammers Championship on Thursday, February 1st at 8 a.m. It's all business starting Thursday for sure. I mean, it's all business all week long anyways, but yeah. All right, I'm gonna go out and get our kiddos going.
Pam's going to go out and get everybody set up on stage. While she does that, we'll just basically give you a quick rundown of what we're going to be doing. As we said, tomorrow, 8 a.m., we'll be starting with qualifying for our Nitto Race of Kings. You do not want to miss that. Those are the big names in the sport, the big class. That is the unlimited class here in Johnson Valley. We'll have the big names in the sport, everyone. Well, basically 8 a.m. We got some great names kicking off right out of the gate. I'm just looking through my 44 Unlimited list right here. Brian Reed, Mark Welch, Chad Owens, Andrew McLaughlin. Interesting, Andrew McLaughlin that early time in the morning. That'll be awesome. Andrew is a great competitor. Always good to see him out there. As we work through the day, then we'll work into the afternoon into Power Hour. Power Hour is obviously the one that nobody wants to miss. Kicking off Power Hour, Waylon Campbell, Cameron Steele, Paul Horschel, Bailey Campbell, Paul Wolf, Brian Cross, Lauren Healy, Eric Miller, Shannon Campbell, Jason Shearer, Josh Blyler, Randy Slauson, and Raul Gomez. Those are going to be rounding out Power Hour. They'll be qualifying tomorrow. You are not going to want to miss any of that race tomorrow. We saw lots of action in the Can-Am UTV Hammers Championship with everyone lining up. We saw some amazing qualifying times, and it'll be just as exciting tomorrow with the 4,400 unlimited class cars. Also in the mix tomorrow are some of the LCQs. These guys trying to make their way, earn their way into the race. As Pam gets our modified cars up on stage, lined up, hand out some laser nut trophies, and try to avoid getting sprayed with the sparkling cider. All of these kids super excited to be up here on stage. Part of Hammers Race Week. Great to see them out there tearing up the short course for the past 30 minutes. Their modified class. And then, as I said, tomorrow will be our qualifying for the Nitto Race of Kings. And after that, the rest of the week, it is all race. It'll be the Can-Am UTV Hammers Championship. The next day, the Everyman Challenge. Finishing out the week will be the Nitto Race of Kings. Lots of players in that game. We're going to see, are we going to see our first four-time Hammers champion? Are we going to see another Gomez? Will the scepter stay with the Gomez family? Will they fight over it on stage like they always put on a good show for us up here? And I think Pam's pretty much ready for us on stage.
Yes, I am.
All right, I'm going to throw it to Pam. She's going to hand out some trophies and congratulate our winners. Take it away, Pam.
Thanks, Ian. I am right here now with Mason Dowker in our number 3 spot. You're out here racing with us again out here at King of the Hammers. How are you feeling right now?
Pretty good.
I mean, that was a great race out there. I believe you did like 23 laps. Did it feel like 23 laps to you?
Not that much.
Not that much. What did you think about that race course?
It's pretty fun.
Well, who would you like to thank for getting you out here this weekend?
My mom, my dad, the North Shore Raceworks race team. Yeah.
Yep, that's it. Well, congratulations up here in this number 3 spot. We're going to grab your trophy here in a minute, and you're going to hold on to that sparkling cider until I say go, okay?
Okay.
All right. Man, a few words over there. Now we're in this number 2 spot. Caden Gamble, you've been racing with us since last year. Here you are up here in this number 2 spot out here at the King of the Hammers for the kids class. How do you feel?
Pretty amazing. I mean, I thought I wasn't thinking I would get this far in second place. I was dreaming of getting first, but I got close enough.
Well, exactly. You got close enough, but being number 2 up here this weekend, you were racing your heart out there. You did a number of 26 laps out there. That's quite a few laps, isn't it?
Yeah, that's the same amount as my number.
Well, there you go. I just now looked over when you were pointing and realized that. I know you have a long list of people to thank, so let's get that started.
I'd like to thank my mom, dad, Ultimax Belts by Timken, Anti-Gravity Batteries, Duke City Powder Coating, Prosperous Paint in Albuquerque. Can't read this one.
Wands Upholstery.
What?
Wands Upholstery. Wands Upholstery. Wands Upholstery. Wands Upholstery.
Bleh.
Wands Upholstery.
Thanks to Good Old Motorsports for building a fast car. Got Sand Performance. Elka Shocks for making the ride smooth. Yearwood Performance in Albuquerque. ITP Tires Made in America. Wolf Racing. My fellow competitors. Great hanging out with you. Thanks to my teachers at Roosevelt Middle for letting me escape school for this week. And King of the Hammers and all the fans watching for letting this happen.
Awesome. Well, congratulations on year 2 out here at King of the Hammers, up here in this number 2 spot. All right, we're going to move right on over here into the number 1 spot. Mason Cotter, how are you feeling right now? Because you have a great smile on your face.
I'm feeling really great.
Well, you were out there and you ended up completing 26 laps. Your fastest lap time was a 106.152. Pretty amazing. So what was your trick?
I tried to get a big gap at the start and then just take it easy for the rest of the race. When he'd catch up, I'd go a little faster, then take it easy, and then that's it.
So what was your favorite part about the race course?
Probably like the little zigzag turn right there.
Okay. Different. A lot of people like that tabletop jump, but doing those zigzag turns like that gives you great driving skills, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's just fun to drift it.
All right, who would you like to thank for getting you out here and in this number 1 spot out here at the 170 race here at King of the Hammers?
I'd like to thank Polaris RZR, Gates Belts, Elka Shocks, Speed Strap, ATC, Dro Off-Road, Benz Asphalt, Hoosier, my dad, Brad, James, and everyone else who helps me out.
Awesome. Well, congratulations out here in this number 1 spot. We're going to let you hold up your trophies, get some pictures, but thank you so much for racing with us and getting out here and racing and getting yourself to the top of the box.
Thanks for putting the event on.
Awesome. That's Mr. Dave Cole for doing this, giving an opportunity for the future of our sport out here racing in our kids' class. Congratulations.
Thank you.
All right, let's give it up. They're going to hold their trophies up high. Grab your trophies. Look at the cameras, and then as soon as they're ready for you to grab that sparkling cider, go ahead and do so and spray towards the crowd. All right, we're not done yet, photographers, as Harlan laughs. All right, and that is going to conclude our race day with our Kids 170 class in our modified. Thank you guys for watching at home. You're going to get one last look of these kids spraying that sparkling cider, so go ahead, kids. Thank you, guys. Make sure you stay tuned in tomorrow, 8 a.m. Pacific time. We will be starting with our 4,400 Nitto Race of Kings qualifying. Good night from Ian Johnson and Pam Hall.